Hey, what's going on, guys? Koreanverb.app here. In this video we're gonna be writing a piece of code that would allow us to get the conjugation rules for verbs and adverbs, probably. Well, I'm not really that sure like which parts of speech in Korean in particular are getting conjugated, but I know that those that end up with da, which is Korean kind of ending, those kind of words needs to be conjugated. And in this video we're going to be writing a bit of a web scraping code in order to actually extract the verb or whatever part of speech word conjugated rules from this site, so koreanverb.app. And it has an extremely simple interface, so it's really easy to extract the data out of it. So first we'll write the code like separately, then we'll embed this into our main loop. And so that's actually the way to go. So the idea is that the present, we don't actually need all the data that is available here. We just need the declarative present informal hi, then informal past informal hi, and future informal hi. And that's literally enough for me because I'm doing this for myself. That's really enough for me to work with at the moment. So let's have a look at the current state of the script. So since the last video, I've added this little line to print the debugging information, so to make the script work a little bit more kind of alive. So we just run the script. What currently happens is it just makes the HTTP post request to translate.com. It inputs the Korean word that has been tokenized before by the co-NLPy library, and that library already allows us to associate the part of speech kind of type with a given word. So in the previous video we did this translation stuff, right? So now for those words having da, so this is da, this is da, this is da, and this is da as well. For them we need to extract some additional conjugation details. So this is the exact topic of this video. And by the way, one little more thing to bear in mind is that I'm disabling the tokenizing code now because it's just a little bit too laggy, but we do extract the stamps on the tokenization time, and that's the reason why we're trying to get the dictionary forms for the verbs, and that's the exact input for this sort of a service. So without further ado, let's actually start. So we already have the requests, and now we'll need to import the beautiful soups. So I say from bs4 import beautiful soup. If you don't have it installed, just say pip install bs4 and pip install lxml, because that's the exact parser that I'm always using. And I don't just want to comment this part of code now as well because we don't really need it. And let's write the web scraping part. So the first thing to consider, we need to get conjugation details. Okay, so let's call the variable conjugated details, and it would be equal to requests dot get, and we need to use this link. Okay, and let's actually print the response. So it should be 200, which means okay. And if it works, then we go for I forgot to just misspell beautiful soup. Okay, yeah, we got the good response. The response is okay, so now we can parse the content, and I just say let's say the content simply. Content. Well, actually, okay, guys, let's just call this, even though these are the conjugated details, let's just call it response, or we do already, no, we have this response already. But this is fine. We can reuse the variable. So yeah, this is fine. So response equals to this one, and here beautiful soup and response dot text, and I'm using the XML parser. Okay, so the next thing to consider, we need to extract HTML table out of the content. And just to give you an idea, so if we just have a look at the page source and search for HTML table, there is the only one, so we don't really need to specify any attributes. So we can simply say like table equals content dot find. We found the only one because there is the only instance. Find table, and now we need to actually extract table data, right? So let's call this conjugation details now. So conjugation details, and here would be a bit of a complicated, probably it might seem a bit complicated code for those not familiar with list comprehensions, but bear with me, and this and everything's gonna be fine. So I want to say table dot find all, and I'm looking for all the rows. Okay, and here, yeah, just for debugging purposes, let's say for one in this conjugation details, so we would be printing out the extracted data to get an idea what we actually do extract. So now this should be extracting all the rows like one by one. Okay, but within every single row, we need to do the following thing. So we need to say row for row in this sort of a stuff, and not the row itself, but row dot find all, and I'm looking for a table data tag, and let's have a look. Okay, and we have some empty ones here, so we don't really want to have the empty ones. So to get rid of them, we can say list filter and none, and like this. So now we get rid of the empty ones. Okay, and now I also want to join this one by this sort of a symbol, so colon followed by the space, and another little list comprehension here to just to extract the text. So column dot text for column in this sort of a thing. So let's have a look what we have now. Okay, perfect. So now we have the actual data. And one more thing to consider, we don't actually need all of this sort of a data. We just need a specific data. So let's have a look what exactly we want. So we want to have the declarative present informal hi, which this one, hey yo. We'll change. We would be taking another different verbs. It doesn't matter at the moment. So, but I need to reference this sort of a thing. So we need to take only those table rows if this in row dot text. So let's have a look now. It should extract the only item. Okay, and another item that we need is declarative past informal hi. I just picking up those from the Korean learner's perspective. I'm learning Korean, and just say or, and that's the reason why I take those that would help me in most cases, text or, and also declarative future informal hi. 할 거예요? Okay, 할 거예요. So this one I need as well. in row.text, and let's have a look what we extract from here. Okay, just perfect. Now we don't really need this declarative. This is just again and again the same, and informal hi. So in order to avoid this sort of a disaster, we can say text.replace and declarative and space, and replace with nothing. So now the declarative should disappear from the data set. No, it didn't. Probably just misspelled something. Copy, paste. Let's have a look again. Okay, perfect. And now this informal hi is another thing to get rid of. So I can simply say dot replace and this like so. Okay, and now now it seems to be pretty fine. Okay, present, past, and the future. So heyo, 했어요, 할거예요. Yeah, this is absolutely fantastic. Okay guys, so now we don't need this debugging part anymore, and now I can uncomment my main code, and now we can go embedding this sort of a part into the main code. So I just cut it from here, and then here, so after the text has been translated, so here we want to optionally no, let's say I just say, well, I just don't remember how the optionally spell. I'm so sorry. Optionally, sorry guys, just need to double check this in Google Translate. I just want to avoid doing some grammar mistakes in English. Optionally 2L or 1. Yeah, optionally 2L. Perfect. So optionally request conjugation details. Okay, so we can say if, and now how to distinguish between those words that we do need to request the conjugation details and those we don't. So as I've been mentioning, so those having this da inside, like I want to request for boda to see for this one, even though it's not a verb type here in the current context, it's not a verb type, but this jo sa type, but still it can be conjugated because of this da, and still the same for this chojida, so this also can get conjugated as well. So we can simply provide the condition as if this da in token 0, which is the original form of the verb. In this case, we can go for all of this stuff, and here just don't forget to use the specific token. So token 0, and this is it. And I just want to duplicate this line for printing the debugging information. So here we just want to say translating, conjugating, and the same, but not the translated, so we don't need the type, and we don't want the translated text, but instead we want the conjugated text, the conjugation details. Copy and paste, and if I did everything correctly, this now should be working. So let's have a look. Okay, so here we go. So for as far as we do encounter this da, so poda to see, and we have this boayo, boasoyo, bargoyo. So this is exactly what I wanted to have, guys. So this is absolutely fantastic stuff. So this is the additional information that is needed to be stored along with the like verbs or adverbs apparently. So the respective debugging information is done here. So let's say this one, kata, so kadayo, kadasoyo, katılgoyo. Okay, so it seems to be more or less just fine. Okay, so I still need to think a little bit about the eventual format of the data to store to CSV file, because we would be generating our interactive page from the CSV file, and the eventual result would look like similar to what I've been doing manually so far. This jQuery data tables plugin powered table, and probably we will be just adding some conjugation rules in. I'm not sure either directly. Well, probably we can go for direct input. That might be the case as well. So yeah, I just need to think how to prepare properly the input CSV data. And again, like I already have a tutorial where I've been covering how to create this sort of a beautiful table using the jQuery data table plugin from the CSV data source. Okay, that's quite a pretty popular video on this channel. But I'm not going to be using Flask. I will just I remember there was some Jinja template renderer applied for generated static pages. So that's the tool that I need to make a little bit of research on, and that's the tool that we would be using in this project. Well, okay guys, so this is it from my side. Thanks for watching. Until the next time, and take care.